Hello and welcome to Play Digital. Now, as many of you will painfully have experienced, Xbox Live service over Christmas was shocking, with the service up and down more frequently than a manic depressive on a pogo stick. But Microsoft is offering the Xbox Live arcade game Undertow free of charge to gold and silver account holders by way of compensation. Now, the game was released in November and costs 800 points. Are they trying to palm us off with an empty gesture, or have they given us something actually worth having? Let's give this gift horse a good old tooth counting. Now, the game is set in the future after an alien race has attacked Earth, melting the polar ice caps and flooding the planet. There are 3 races to choose from, and you'll use all of them across the single-player campaign. There's the Iron Marines, a military group of human survivors, the Nemodians, or followers of Captain Nemo with their cool Victorian steampunk style, and the Atlanteans from the Lost City, who ride sea creatures and use magic. There are also 4 character classes for each, with varying combinations of speed, strength, firepower and agility to help you meet the demands of the different levels. As a human, for instance, you can either play as a marine or man one of the vessels, a destroyer, dragoon or corsair. Each time you respawn, you can choose a different class if you wish. The basic gameplay mechanic is capture the flag. Levels are won by you and your team taking various control points from the enemy, either trying to hold them from recapture or to destroy them entirely. You each have a counter at the top of the screen, and your opponent's counter will tick closer to 0 and to defeat when you control the majority of the points, and vice versa. This is quite a cool play dynamic, especially in multiplayer mode, when you're not fighting with and against some rather dumb AI, and can get some real tactics going. The controls are alright, using dual analog sticks for move and shoot, and with the depth charge and speed boost on the triggers. You can also initiate a turbo effect with the X button. The level design is really wonderful, with lots of different routes through the level, some of which will only be navigable by the smaller, more agile classes, and loads of interesting formations attracting different play strategies. The integration of 3D visuals with 2D play also works surprisingly well, although the water setting does get a little samey after a while. Undertow also has cutscenes and a plot, which, while not stellar, is more than most arcade titles are offering, and gives us a much more well-rounded feel, and gives you some reason to complete the objectives. However, there are some gripes. I know it's a matter of personal taste, but I really don't like the sort of floaty control that you get with underwater games. It has been done well though, so fans of the style should be pretty happy, but for me I find it incredibly frustrating and slightly nausea-inducing. Also, the guns aren't really powerful enough to keep a really addictive pace, and it seems that to start off with at least, you have to choose between a high level of vulnerability or a really cumbersome vehicle. I'd say this was a 3-star game, and while I certainly wouldn't be spending money on it for myself, as a freebie it's definitely worth a download, particularly if you're into your multiplayer. Don't forget, you've only got until Sunday the 27th to download it for free, and if you paid for it before the offer was announced, make sure you give Microsoft a ring and get them to sort you out with something else instead. Thanks for watching.